All right, let's hit the field.
All right.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
Friday, May 3rd, and the Yankees were back in the Bronx to take on the Tigers. Marcus Stroman on the mound looking to get the Yankees back in the win column. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
All right. Maurizio says Friday night baseball is really the best. And it especially is great when you pick off a walk-off win.
A walk-off, the Yankees win.
Yankees win. First walk-off of the year.
Yankees win.
All right.
You're a winner.
As we look at some of the great walk-offs in Yankees history, shout out to Frankie Baseball for this montage. Yankees pick up their first walk-off win of the season. How sweet it is. Look, I'm not going to lie. That was an extremely stressful and frustrating game to watch up until the ninth inning. Good news is that the Yankees stole a win. Bad news is that the offense was mostly asleep all night. And if you're expecting Luis Ariz to walk through the door and hit leadoff for the Yankees, think again, because breaking news about 10 minutes ago, he was traded to the San Diego Padres. But the Yankees managed to put a rally together. Let's go ahead and watch the highlights. Not a ton of highlights tonight, but maybe this is the type of thing that gets the Yankees turned around. You see Stroman working early. Great play by Anthony Volpe, way on the second base side of the bag. Gets up quickly and makes a great throw. I'll tell you what, his offense has struggled a little bit, but his defense has been phenomenal this year. We got some super chats coming in. I promise you we'll get to them in a minute. Stroman in the second with the comebacker, nonchalant. Reminded me of Cliff Lee in the World Series. Remember that? A little pop-up, very nonchalant. Gets the strikeout there of Baez. Baez with a ton of really bad swings and misses tonight. Top of the fifth, gets the call on the strikeout there on the slider. I thought he was very efficient and effective tonight until the sixth inning. He had 3 straight walks, walked in the go-ahead run, and from there, you felt like the Yankees were going to get shut out because the energy was dead. But this catch by Judge in the 8th inning, I thought, kind of changed the life in the stadium. You see him running really well, no sign of any kind of limp or any kind of hitch in his giddy up there. And then bottom of the 9th, he gets the base hit, 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Good sign, goes up the middle. Huge bunt from Verdugo there. Got some dog in him. And then Stanton with the opposite field double. He had a tough night, looked really bad on offense, waits back, drives the ball the other way. Big RBI single. And then Anthony Rizzo with a base hit through the drawn-in infield. And the Yankees walk it off for the first time this season. And look, a win is a win. You will take it. You will take it. And combined with some other positive news that the Yankees got today, it ended up being a pretty decent day. So the other news that I want to talk about is Garrett Cole throwing off of a mound tomorrow. So he's essentially kicking off his spring training again tomorrow. And that puts his timeline at about 6 weeks. And considering it's May 3rd, let's figure June 15th or June 18th, roughly that time period when he would return to the rotation. That's about the same time that the Martians rehab will be up as well. So potentially a couple of big reinforcements coming before it's even officially summertime. Guys, baseball players are known as the boys of summer, right? Like the Don Henley song. And we got a long way to go until it's even summertime. So that just tells you how early it is. Hopefully these offensive struggles will become a distant memory by the time midsummer comes rolling around. But just a few noteworthy items tonight that we got to talk about. Let's go ahead and recap.
All right, let's go. Let's get it going.
Mentioned the phenomenal play from Volpe on defense to begin the game. Judge also walked and stole second base in the first inning. He's running fine. I don't think it's the toe. I really don't. Stroman, 5 brilliant innings, very efficient innings. And he made me look dumb because, after about the fourth inning, I posted on X, I said, he's been so efficient tonight, looks like he could give us 7. And that aged like milk because he fell apart in the 6th, 3 walks. But nice job from Ian Hamilton to pitch him out of it. Let's go ahead and take a look at Stroman on the year now. 7 starts. Today he went 5 1/3, 3 hits, 1 run, 5 walks. That's a little bit alarming. He was nibbling and 3 strikeouts. And I have a theory on the walks, why his walks were up a little bit tonight. The offense has really been struggling, right? And so he's pitching very carefully because he knows one bad pitch, a 2-run home run, and the Yankees might not have been able to recover. So I feel like he was nibbling a little bit. Didn't get some calls that he probably could have, but got some help from his defense there. You see Rizzo. I thought he made some really good pitches. He got the call there on that strikeout to, I forget who it was. But overall this year, 3.41 ERA, 37 innings pitched, 35 strikeouts, 20 walks. Again, 5 of them tonight. His numbers are solid. I mean, for a middle-of-the-rotation guy through 7 starts, I feel like he's off to a really decent start. And he's been way better than Blake Snell, who was the Yankees' first choice for his spot in the rotation and who turned down $150 million of Hal Steinbrenner's dollars. And look, problem has not been the starting pitching. The starting pitching has been fairly solid. The issue has been the offense. And, maybe the pitching would be able to get a little bit deeper into games if they didn't have to pitch so carefully and expend so many pitches because their offense isn't giving them much to work with, right? If you get a nice lead early, that helps you get deeper into the games because you can just pound the zone. Yankees put 2 runners on in the bottom of the 7th, but Gleyber Torres banged into an easy double play. 40th double play that the Yankees have hit into this season. That's the most in Major League Baseball. Stanton had an awful strikeout, and my original note in here was night full of strikeouts. So that just tells you what Giancarlo's night was like. He had 3 strikeouts, but also had a big hit later. He's hitting .224, but my faith in him against most pitchers is pretty much 0. It's not absolute 0 because he does run into one every once in a while like he did tonight. Nice piece of hitting, or, the grand slam he had that one day. But, I get the same feeling with Giancarlo that I get when I'm sitting in a slot machine, right? It's like, well, this is probably going to be a waste of time and money, but we might get lucky. Top 8, fantastic running catch by Aaron Judge in center field. Again, he's running well. Toe does not seem to be a problem. Is it affecting his hitting? It could be because you do pivot on that back toe, but we did a video last night. It looks to be timing, and his timing seemed to be better in the 9th with that base hit. Judge, I think, is going to be one of those guys who, once he locks it in, is going to make up for this slow start because his numbers are going to be so ridiculous. He could honestly have 2 weeks and be leading the league in home runs. Like, that's the kind of player he is. So, but there was also a post today that said, I believe it was from Swing Graphs, that said his swing path has gone from the 95th percentile in the league down to the 70th percentile. So it's dropped a lot. To me, that screams mechanical issues. It doesn't scream injury. It doesn't scream age. You don't drop off that much. To me, it's mechanical. So, bottom of the 9th, got the leadoff single from Judge. And then I thought an amazing push bunt from Verdugo. The guy's just a baseball player. He's, and he runs better than I expected him to, too. And coming up with bunt there, not only does it continue to put pressure on the pitcher and you get on base as the winning run, but you put the tying run into scoring position. So heads up play right there. And they were giving him the whole left side, like, take it. That's what we've been saying for years. Like, why didn't Joey Gallo do that twice a game? Right? So then the big RBI double from Giancarlo Stanton. The replays of the 9th are coming up right here, so we'll go ahead and watch it. We see the Judge single first, 97 miles an hour and sinking. So that's an impressive piece of hitting. And here's the bunt from Verdugo. You see they're giving him the whole left side, so why not take it? And here comes the double from Giancarlo, 97 mile an hour sinker away. Fastest pitch he's gotten a hit on this year. It was a little bit up, didn't have much sink, had more lateral movement. And then Rizzo with the base hit to score Verdugo, and the Yankees walk it off.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win. You're a winner.
Now, it does take a little bit longer to go live after a walk-off because we got to get the highlights and assign the belt. I wasn't sure who was going to get the belt. I gave some thought to Marcus Stroman because, he kept the Yankees in the game, 5 1/3 innings of 1-run ball. That's less than a 2 ERA. That's solid. Judge with the big catch that seemed to turn around the game, really the momentum in the top of the 8th inning. And then you had the big double from Giancarlo Stanton, the bunt from Verdugo. But ultimately, I decided to keep it simple. We're going to go with the walk-off hero, Mr. Anthony Rizzo.
A walk-off. The Yankees Ball win. game over. Yankees win.
All right, we got 5 super chats to get to, so I want to get these. All right, so first we've got Ian1216. This is interesting. I feel like this is a movie quote that I'm not picking up on. It says, "Over? Did you say over? Nothing's over till we decide it's over. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no." Appreciate the dono. Tim W. with a $50 dono. Appreciate that, my man, very much. Says, the zombie Yankees offense wakes up at the right time. A Yankees walk-off. We got a $4.99 super chat from Robert Ryan with no message. If you want to include a message next time, I'll be happy to read it if I see it. And Brooklyn Beauty with $10 for Giancarlo. Let's hear it for Giancarlo. Make some noise. All right. That was a big hit from Giancarlo, by the way. And it's so funny to see the comments from night to night. One night the Yankees have no grit. They have no energy. They have no nothing. And then 8 innings go by and the feeling is pretty much the same. I'm watching the comments. I'm watching the online chatter. And then they come back and win. And all of a sudden, team's got grit, all that good stuff. So Fred Antonetti says, I told you we were winning this game. Absolutely. Sure did. 4 straight hits. The Yankees don't do that very often. They had just 2 hits coming into the bottom of the 9th inning. And look, we got to give some credit to Aaron Judge there. Getting that first runner on in the bottom of the 9th when you're trailing by a run is a big deal because then the whole inning changes. You can bunt, you can steal. There's a lot of things that can happen. You get that first runner or first batter out as a pitcher and you're feeling confident, right? So it starts with the captain. All right.
You're a smart motherfucker. That's right.
All right. So got a lot of people giving props to Giancarlo Stanton. Obviously a big hit there. My comment about faith in him is based at large with his production this year, hitting 224 now, 733 OPS. I feel like he's still got the potential to get the big hit once in a while because he is very strong and he'll hit the ball out of the ballpark and he'll do damage when he makes contact, but still striking out way too much. Mark Peterson says, Luis Ariz to the Padres, what just happened? So if the Padres were, if the Marlins were shopping him around, it'd be interesting to see what the Yankees' offer was, if they even made an offer. Because Gleyber Torres has stunk on ice. He did have a hit tonight. He was 1 for 3, but he's hitting 220 with a 572 OPS and just not good on defense, although Ariz not great on defense either, if we're being honest with each other. So, Dwight Seymour says, quote is from Animal House, great John Belushi. I knew it was from something. I haven't seen Animal House since I was about, 10 years old. I did watch the new Jerry Seinfeld movie today called Unfrosted. I thought it was terrific. I know that, being a New York show and, Seinfeld being such a New York culture icon, that you guys might be interested in hearing the review. So I'll give it to you. I thought it was very funny. It was an hour and a half, so it was short. It was compact. Had a ton of cameos. I mean, you're talking Peter Dinklage, John Hamm. Just endless cameos. There were a lot of references to his stand-up bits, his classic ones from like the 80s and stuff. There was a couple Seinfeld references. Jerry himself wasn't super hysterical. Like he's not an actor, right? He's a comedian. And so, I don't know, some of his lines felt like they were over the top a little bit. But I mean, it was that kind of movie. It was spoofy. It was silly, kind of like a Naked Gun or Ace Ventura type of thing, which there aren't that many of these days, but I thought it was really well done. So yeah, check that out if you're a Seinfeld fan. And also I'm doing a podcast on my other channel on Sunday at 10 a.m. live show with my buddy Justin. We've been ramping that up, and we're going to ramp it up again. We're going to do an unfrosted episode, so check out that. Rob AM says, a win is a win. We'll take it. We'll take any win we can get. Izzy U11 says, Arise being traded could mean Luzardo is available. In case you haven't heard it, he had some elbow trouble recently. He had to miss a start. I believe he's still on the IL. I'm not 100% sure. Let me find that out. But the fact that he has elbow trouble right now concerns me. Yeah, he's on the IL. He is going to make a rehab start coming soon. Let's see what he does in rehab before we get too excited about Luzardo. I just don't see it. I don't see it happening, honestly. Frankie says, sad to see Unfrosted did not get good reviews. I thought it was solid. I mean, it's not the greatest movie I've ever seen, but it wasn't horrible. If you like Seinfeld and you like, just kind of silly waste of time, like 90-minute, have a few laughs while you eat a cheese sandwich kind of movies, it's for you. It's not one that you're going to get, like, I have a Apple Vision Pro, and that's pretty much replaced how I watch movies, right? Because you can have like a 100-foot screen. I like to go in the backyard and put like a gigantic screen out there and sit by the fire after a late night recap, or I also have a couple of zero gravity chairs that I sit in because I got a bad neck. I hunch over the computer a lot all day, so my neck gets stiff at the end of the day. So a lot of times before bed, I'll sit in the zero gravity chair and put on the Apple Vision, and I'll watch like 20 minutes or 30 minutes of a movie. It's not super comfortable. I'm an early adopter of hardware, right? And I'm a videophile, so I wanted to try it out. It's not super comfortable. I'm working to make it more comfortable. There's a few different headsets I want to try, head straps, but it's pretty much replaced the way I watch movies. But tonight I watched it with my wife on the downstairs TV, and it was, it was a silly little movie. It's worth watching if you got some time to kill. Anyway, let's see here. Randall Adams says, minus the bat, Arias is below average. He has no power and his defense sucks. You're correct on the no power, but I think that's by design. He's a contact-oriented hitter. I don't even know what he's hitting this year, his defense obviously not terrific, so we wouldn't be gaining anything there. Anyways, Joe Bag, also a fan of the AVP. Look, it's a fun. It's not for everybody. It's not super comfortable, but it's a fun way to watch flicks if you're into that type of thing. So, you guys want to look at the box score? It's not like a super crazy box score tonight. Yankees only had 6 hits. Detroit had 5. And again, the Yankees offense did practically nothing until the 9th inning when they had 4 straight hits. Volpe 1 for 3 on the night. I think he also had a walk, so he was on base 2 out of 5 plate appearances. But I think, honestly, I would have no problem with him going down in the order, hitting, 7th or something like that. But the problem is they don't really have a better choice to drop in there at the top of the order. Maybe when DJ LeMahieu comes back, Oswaldo Cabrera has cooled off, but the Yankees are 4-0 when he hits home runs. So maybe he needs to hit more home runs. But when DJ comes back, if DJ goes to 3rd, he'll probably hit leadoff, and then you can drop Volpe back down into like the 7th spot where he's more comfortable. So I thought Wells had some good swings tonight, didn't get any luck out of it. He also drew a walk. Cabrera, not a great night, couple of strikeouts. Stanton, 3 strikeouts. And then aside from Stroman, the bullpen was shut down. 1 1/3 scoreless innings from Hamilton, couple of hits allowed, but Victor Gonzalez, same thing, 1 1/3 inning. And Santana with a scoreless inning. He picks up the W. So nice job by Santana. All right, we got another couple of super chats here. So $2 from Yvette. Appreciate it. Stanru says, don't owe to Derek for putting up with the whiny naysayers. How do you do it? Look, I have more contact with Yankees fans than pretty much anybody except for Michael Kay, I think, in terms of a daily basis. I think I do a daily show. Not everybody does a daily show. And not everybody takes questions or comments personally from Yankees fans. And we got a pretty big audience here. We got over 13.5 million viewers. So I've become pretty familiar with the way of thinking of the Yankees fans. And you guys are you go up and down, right? I mean, and I'm the same way. We get really, really frustrated, really, really down after a loss, and really, really up after a win. It would be great if this sport would allow us to, to kind of keep more of an even keel. That was one of the fun things about those late 90s teams. You knew they were going to be in the postseason, especially the 98 team when the Yankees had this big lead throughout the summer, and every night you expected them to win. There wasn't a lot of stress. And even when there was a stressful game, you just kind of felt in your bones like they were going to come back and win. So I miss those days, but we may never get those again, unfortunately. All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up.
I gotta get out of here!
Rob AM mentions not everybody takes voicemail. Something we do on this channel. Go ahead and call in 718-899-1068. We got a couple of voicemails during the show tonight. Actually, during the show also, but during the game that I listened to that were mostly dejected and sounded like they had been resigned to defeat tonight, but luckily we were able to pull it out. And then Yankees play game 2 of the series tomorrow. On the mound will be Clark Schmidt going up against Casey Mize. Casey Mize, former top draft pick. Game is at 1 o'clock. Yankees now 21-13. If you can win tomorrow and win the next day, you'll be 10 games over 500. So that's what I'm kind of keeping in mind. But thanks for all the super chats. Thanks for all the comments, all that good stuff. Call into the voicemail show. Probably not going to do a voicemail show in the morning before a day game because it just won't have the time to gain traction or whatever. But we'll probably either do one tomorrow night or just save it for Sunday and do one big one. So, all right, guys, I will see you. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a pleasant evening.